Myself A. Usharani, Assistant Professor of EC Department, Vignan's Institute of Information Technology, going to deliver a lecture on image compression, which is the topic under digital image processing. Okay, already the compression techniques we discussed in digital communication subject in third year. Okay, the same techniques here also we are applying, only the difference is the representation of data. Okay, here the data is image. Okay, and here the image is represented in terms of digital. The same processing we are using for the as we are applied in digital communication, the same methodology, same. Coming to the image compression, the topics are the need of image compression, why we go for image compression, and the next thing, Huffman coding and arithmetic coding, LZW coding, run length coding, and block transform coding. Next, predictive coding. Okay, these are the different coding techniques which are used in image compression. There is lot of techniques, but for our consideration we are going to deliver only these topics. We are discussing only these methods of Huffman coding and arithmetic coding. Only we are discussing about these topics. Let's see image standards. Okay, already you know that images are represented in JPEG standard, GIF standard. Okay, let's see what are the different standards we have. Coming to the first topic, need for image compression. Why we need compression techniques? Why we go for compression? Okay, as the technology is improving, as the internet facilities is improving, we are using more data. Okay, here the data size has to reduce. Okay, the main goal of image compression is to reduce the amount of data required to represent a digital image, whereas same as it is in digital communication, we are using to communicate any data, we have to reduce the size of the data. Okay, as we need to use the minimum size of bandwidth. The same purpose here also, the storage, to minimize the storage, to minimize the bandwidth, we are using compression techniques. Okay, here the f of xy is the input signal, that is the image. Okay, it is a two-dimensional image. Here this signal will be compressed to transmit over the channel or to storage in memory devices. At the same time, at the receiver section, at the receiver end, again we have to decompress to get the original, to retrieve the original image. Let's see what are the different ways to represent the information. Okay, here we are talking with two words, we are representing two words, data and information. Data and information both are not same words, these are not as synonymous words. Information we have to carry, and the data is used to represent that information. Here the information is image, and how we are representing that image in terms of data. Okay, already you know that images are represented in terms of pixels, that is the intensity values. Here the image, the pixels we are representing in terms of binary, digital data. Okay, now the digital data, how we are compressing, how we are minimizing the number of bits to represent that information, that is to represent that image. Okay, the main motto of image compression or data compression is nothing but reduce the amount of data while preserving as much information as possible. The original information, the image quality we don't want to reduce. At the same time, the data we are going to represent, we are using to represent that information should be reduced. Okay, the next thing, here there are two types of image compression techniques, lossless and lossy. Okay, there is a two, one thing is compression ratio and the second thing is information loss. Okay, there is a two controversial that is information loss and compression ratio. If you are concentrating on compression ratio, then we are losing an information, and if we are concentrating on information, then the compression ratio will be low. So depending on the application, depending on the situation, we go for either lossless compression technique or lossy compression techniques. Okay. The next thing is compression ratio. What is the compression ratio? Here the compression ratio is nothing but the original image, that is how many bits required to represent an original image, that is it requires n1 bits. Let it requires n1 bits, and the compressed image requires n2 bits. The ratio of these two is nothing but compression ratio. CR is equal to n1 by n2. n1 is the original image size and n2 is the compressed image size. Okay, if it is more, then we get the compression ratio is more, then we are reducing the amount of data to represent that information. Let's see the relevant data redundancy. Redundancy is nothing but how much data you are reduced to represent that information. RT is nothing but 1 minus 1 by CR, where CR is the compression ratio. Okay, if the compression ratio is more, at the same time the redundancy is also more. Okay, if both are equal, the compression ratio will be 1 and that there is no redundancy. If N2 is far less than, that is N2 is nothing but number of bits to represent the compressed image is far less than the bits used to represent original image, then the compression ratio will be more, it tends to infinity, and the redundancy is equivalent to 1. Next, what are the different types of redundancy? Okay, the different types of redundancy is in terms of, here the image is represented in terms of pixels, and the pixels we are representing in terms of binary, that is digital data. Okay, depending on the digital data, we are giving some code word. Okay, depending on that word, if you are reducing the number of bits to represent one particular color or one particular level or one particular pixel, then it is nothing but coding redundancy. Okay, the next thing is spatial or temporally redundancies, that is nothing but interpixel redundancy. Okay, the image consisting of more number of pixels. If the adjacent pixels are similar, then we can reduce that pixels. Okay, the representation of that pixels can be reduced. That is nothing but spatial or temporal redundancy. That is indirectly we are reducing the pixels. Okay, if the similar pixels are there. Next thing is irrelevant information. Irrelevant information is nothing but depending on the number of gray levels we are used to represent that particular image. If the image is 256 by 256 gray levels, okay, that can be reduced with the same content we can show. Okay, that can be reduced to 64 by 64. Okay, it will be better if it is 256 by 256, but if you are using 64 by 64 also, the image is good. Okay, then the image contain information which are ignored by the human visual system. Okay, here we are reducing the resolution, that is the irrelevant information can be reduced. With this also we can reduce the size of image. Okay, that is the data can be reduced. The next thing is the basic methods which are used for image compression. The first technique is Huffman coding, which is already used in digital communication. The same method here also we are applying, but here we are considering image, that is information in terms of pixels. Okay, that is in terms of symbols. Okay, the same. Okay, here also we required image in terms of information. We are representing how many symbols we are using and what is the probability of that symbols. Let's see the example. Okay, for the given problem we have a 6 symbols with the probabilities 0.1, 0.4, 0.06, 0.1, 0.04, 0.04, 0.3. Okay, here just observe the summation of all the probabilities should be equal to 1. Okay, if there is not given any probabilities and the symbol how many times it will repeat, then we have to calculate the corresponding probabilities. Okay, for this here image or any pixels or any data or any symbol. Okay, let's see whatever the given symbols and the probabilities. First we have to arrange the original source. This is the given image source, original source. The source information can be written as in descending order of the probabilities. Okay, the highest probability is for A2. Let's say symbol probability. The A2 symbol has 0.4 probability. The next highest probability is for A6. A6 has 0.3. Next is A1 0.1 and A4 with the probability 0.1. The next thing is A3 0.06 and the next thing is A5 0.04. The first step is here we have to arrange the symbols in descending order of the probabilities. This is the original source. Now we go for source reduction. In source reduction, the first level is again here we have to arrange the probabilities in descending order and the last two has to add. Okay, for this step 1 these two will be added and the corresponding probability is has to 0.1, that is it in the order. So again arrange the probabilities in descending order 0.4, 0.3, 0.1 and 0.1. Now this will be 0.1. This is level 1. The next level 2. Again arrange these two in descending order and the last probabilities has to add. Okay, 0.4, 0.3 and these two added, that is 0.2. So this will be here and it is 0.1. The next, coming to the level 3, until this has to repeated until we get two symbols, as the binary data has only either 0 or 1. So the next thing, again add these two, 0.2 plus 0.1, that is 0.3. So first is 0.4, the next 0.3 and by adding these two we get 0.3. Now the next step, add these two, we will get 0.6 and this one is 0.4. Okay, with this we are completed as we are getting only two probabilities. Okay, let's see. We are assigning a binary data 0 and this one is 1. Now this 0 is corresponding to this, so 0, 0. Okay, already we have a 0 with symbol 0.6. So for this we have to write variation. So add one more bit, that is 0 and 1. 0 is 0.3 and 0, 1. And coming to this point 4, this is 1. So corresponding 1. So here it is a 1. Next, coming to this is the point 3 with with the code 0 0. So same 0 0 0 0, and this one will be 0 0. The next thing, coming to this one 0 1. Okay, this is corresponding to this one 0 1 0 1. Again there is a two symbols, two variations, 0.2 0.1. So to give the variation, assign 0 as a third bit and 1 as third bit. Now this is a variation 0 1 0. Next, corresponding to this 0 1 0 is this one. So assign this one. Next, coming to this 0 1 1, it is corresponding this point 1. So this one will be 0 1 1. Next 0 1 0, and this one is also 0 1 0. Okay, again with the same symbol we can't make, so one more 0 add, and this one will be 1 for variation. Now it is corresponding this, so 0 1 0 0, and this one will be 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. Again give the variation, so 0 1. Now see, generally if you are representing with 8 bits, we have a 6 symbols. Okay, 6 8s are 48 bits we required. But now here we have a how many bits? Here 1. Okay, the A2 is represented with 1 bit. A2 is represented with 1 bit. So 1. This one is represented with 2 bits, and this one is represented with 3 bits. The next 4, 5 and 5. Now summation of these two, 1 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, and 10. Totally we are representing with 20 bits. If you are representing the 6 symbols with 8 bits, we have to use 48 bits. Now here we are reduced 28 bits. Okay, next thing, here we have to calculate L average, that is average length. L average is equivalent to the corresponding symbol probability into the number of bits plus. Okay, so first coming to this A2 0.4 into how many bits we are using? 1 bit. So 1. Next, coming to the A6 with the probability 0.3 and how many bits? 2 bits. The next thing, 0.1 with the number of bits 3 plus 0.1 with the number of bits 4. The next thing, 0.06 and the number of bits are 5. The next, 0.04 and the number of bits are 5. And we are getting this is 2.2 bits for symbol. Okay, that is here we are reducing the number of bits, that is the data we are reducing to represent the information. Okay, this is the regarding Huffman coding. Thank you.